Have you ever wondered if the IBIS in these Sony cameras is actually any good or not? I know I have, because I'm a bit of a saddo. So in today's video, I'm going to do a couple of tests to see just how good it actually is. This is going to be especially helpful for anyone out there looking to purchase one of these Sony mirrorless cameras and you're eyeing up, you know, the 6400, 6100, 6000, those kind of ones that don't have the IBIS versus the 6600 and the 6500, which I think is actually now obsolete, but versus one of those ones that has got IBIS. This video hopefully will help you decide. Although I don't actually own one of those cameras without the IBIS, I do own the 6600 and I'm just going to turn it off. First up, let's take a look at how it performs for video. I've tried to keep this test as simple and controlled as possible. I'm just going to do some static shots just to see how it holds up, and then I'm also going to do some moving, orbiting shots so we can see how it reacts, you know, when there's a bit more movement in the shot. I'm no expert, but I did try and activate a bit of a ninja walk for the purposes of the test. As you'll see here, the more telescopic the lens you're using, the more apparent the camera shake is going to be. I thought it'd also be interesting just to quickly stick the kit lens on and see how much the OSS in the lens would affect the steadiness of the shots. Now let's take a look at how it performs with photography, and seeing as we're approaching Christmas, let's enlist the help of our friend John McLean. I've created this little setup so that it's a real low light setup, so it forces me to shoot at those lower shutter speeds, which is where we'll be able to find out if the IBIS is actually helping or not. Starting with the 16mm, I could get consistently sharp shots with the IBIS off at 1/25th of a second. At 1/10th of a second, I was struggling to get anything sharp, although this was definitely improved when the IBIS was turned on. Moving on to the 30mm, again I was consistently getting shots at a 50th of a second. I managed to fluke a couple at a 20th of a second, and again it seemed to reach its limit at a 10th of a second. Again, this was definitely improved when the IBIS was activated, although for consistent shots I would stick more to around a 30th of a second. Last up, we got the Sigma 56mm. The results again were consistently good at a 50th of a second, although similar to the 30mm, I also managed to blag a couple of images at a 20th of a second. Usual drill, things start looking crap again at a 10th of a second. And same story again, with the IBIS turned on, I did manage to get one at a 10th of a second, although more consistent results were achieved at a 30th of a second. So there we have it. Did you guys think it made much of a difference? I'd be interested to know what you think down in the comments below. Personally, I think it definitely does make a difference, albeit quite a small difference. How much of a difference it makes to you, depending on which camera you go with, is obviously your decision. But hopefully that has come in helpful. If it has, please do think about liking and subscribing, and I'll see you again in the next one. Cheers.